Hello everyone. Today I'm sharing with you a story called The Power of Thinking, how an arrogant millionaire lost everything. By the end of this, you'll understand why the way you think is more powerful than the money in your bank, and how just one wrong mindset can destroy years of hard work. So stay with me till the end, because this lesson is worth far more than ₹1,000,000. Raj Mehra, a name the whole city knew. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and walked with the self-assurance of someone who believed the world bent to his will. His jet black hair was always perfectly styled, his watch was always gold, and his suits were stitched by the most expensive tailor in Mumbai. At just 38 years old, Raj was already a self-made millionaire. His chain of luxury hotels stretched across the country, from the beaches of Goa to the snowy hills of Shimla. Every newspaper had called him a business genius at least once. But behind all that shine, Raj had a flaw, a dangerous one. He thought he was smarter than everyone. And worse, he believed that success was permanent. One warm afternoon, Raj sat in his glass-walled penthouse, sipping imported Colombian coffee while staring at the skyline. The city below buzzed with traffic, but up here he felt untouchable. His business partner and old college friend, Arjun, walked in carrying a thick file. Unlike Raj, Arjun dressed simply, crisp shirts, no flashy watch. He believed in letting numbers speak louder than appearance. Raj, Arjun began, flipping open the file, we need to talk about the numbers. The economy's slowing down. Tourism is falling. If this continues, our bookings will drop. We should start preparing. Raj chuckled, swirling the coffee in his cup. Arjun, relax. I've built an empire. These small market changes don't scare me. Besides, money attracts money. We'll be fine. Arjun's expression tightened. Only if we think ahead. We should cut unnecessary costs, maybe diversify. Raj waved his hand, interrupting him. I don't need to prepare. That's for people who are afraid. I make my own. That was Raj's first mistake, confusing arrogance for confidence. Months passed. The global economy began to dip. Tourism plummeted. Hotels that were once booked 6 months in advance now had empty rooms. Arjun warned him again, but Raj refused to listen. In fact, instead of tightening expenses, Raj doubled his spending. People need to see that I'm still successful, he told himself. He bought 2 new imported cars, threw lavish parties, made expensive investments without proper research, just to show he could. It was like watching a man build a castle in the middle of a storm, out of sand. Then, disaster struck. One of his largest hotels, the pride of his chain, suffered a massive fire due to faulty wiring. Entire floors were damaged. Several guests were injured. Lawsuits followed. The media pounced. Instead of calmly addressing the situation, Raj exploded. He shouted at reporters, blamed his staff, accused safety inspectors of lying. The public saw not a strong leader, but a man too proud to take responsibility. And that arrogance drove customers away faster than the fire ever could. Arjun, still loyal despite everything, decided to meet him one last time. They sat in the now half-empty penthouse. The coffee table that once held business contracts now held unopened bills. Raj, Arjun said quietly, we can still save this if you admit your mistakes and change our approach. Money comes and goes, but your thinking, that's what keeps you standing. Raj scoffed. Thinking won't pay my bills. Action will. Arjun leaned forward. Yes, but action without thinking is like running with your eyes closed. You'll crash. Raj turned away, unwilling to hear it. Within a year, Raj's empire crumbled. Hotels were sold off one by one to cover debts. His luxury cars were repossessed. Even the penthouse was gone. The final image of his downfall was heartbreaking. Raj standing in the empty marble lobby of what used to be his flagship hotel. Once filled with music, laughter, and guests in designer clothes, it now echoed with silence. He wore the same custom suit, but it hung loosely on him. His confident smile was gone. His eyes looked tired. That night, in his small, rented apartment, Raj couldn't sleep. He replayed everything in his mind. The problem wasn't the economy. It wasn't the fire. It wasn't bad luck. It was his thinking. He thought success made him untouchable. He thought advice was for the weak. He thought past wins guaranteed future victories. And those thoughts destroyed him. Months later, Raj started over. No big investors. No skyscraper offices. No lavish lifestyle. Just a small cafe on a quiet street. He worked the counter himself, brewed coffee, served pastries, smiled at every customer. This time, he listened more than he spoke. He took advice. He planned for bad days as carefully as he celebrated good ones. The money grew slowly, painfully slowly, compared to his old life, but it grew steadily, and so did his peace of mind. So what did we learn today? Money is just a tool. Power is just an illusion. The way you think, that's your real wealth. Because you can lose every rupee you have, but if you have the right mindset, you can earn it all back. And if you have the wrong mindset, even billions will slip through your fingers like sand. Raj's journey is not just his, it's a mirror for all of us. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need constant praise. You don't even need to be the smartest in the room. You just need the right thinking, the humility to listen, the courage to adapt, and the patience to act wisely. Because sometimes the real bankruptcy isn't losing your money. It's losing your mind to arrogance. If this story touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories that remind us success begins in the mind, long before it shows in the bank. Until next time, think wisely, act wisely, and keep growing.